Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GB Gaming, and indeed, Corey loses. Corey is joining us on this one. Hi, Corey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, and we've also got another couple of special guests here. We've got Bane, of course, but he doesn't bear talking about.
Thanks.
It's all right. And Draconis, as always, is going to be leading the charge into victory.
Hello.
And the most important gentlemen who are here with us are Nathanius and Dark. Dark is also affectionately known as Lynn. Hey,
Why
guys.
not?
Good morning.
Hello there.
And these fine gentlemen, as I'm sure many of you already know, are two of the developers of Star Trek Continuum, which is, of course, a total conversion for Homeworld Remastered. And that's what we're going to be playing today.
We are.
So, what kind of match are we going to be playing, Bane?
We're going to be playing a 3v3 in the TNG era. It's a deathmatch. We have Armada-sized fleets. We have standard resource multipliers. And basically, all you need to know is that Nathanius and Dark Sentinel, or Lynn, are teamed with me against you, Gul, Corey, and Draconis. And because I have the developers with me, I'm expecting a great victory to occur
total
today.
victory.
If he knew anything about actually developing mods, which he should, he would know that that means he is guaranteed to lose.
We
Are you
do play
trying
the
to-
game less than we should.
Don't say that now. You're supposed to say you're going to win. All right, okay. So that's what we're doing. So basically, you will see perspectives from each of us. We're all recording tonight, so I'll be playing the Romulans. So if you want to see the Romulan perspective, obviously you should be watching my video. If you want to see the Klingon perspective, then watch Gul's video. And if you want to see the Federation perspective, then watch Corey. And also, you can check out my previous videos on Star Trek Continuum, because I've been playing it like loads. Like literally loads, as has Draconis, in fact. So that should mean that if I lose, I was just feeling not very well. That's all it means. Nothing to do with my incompetence at all. Yeah. And of course, we're going to ask loads of questions to the developers as we go through the video as well, and try and get some juicy secrets and information out of Nathanius and Dark Sentinel about what's up and coming in the mod, or as much as they'll tell us, of course.
Indeed
Whatever
so.
we can remember at this early hour.
At this early hour. I should mention it is very, very early, Nathanius. In fact, he described to me that he was actually nearly freezing to death as he got out of bed to come do this video with us, because it is very early in the morning there, where it's very late in the evening here. So if he's speaking absolute gibberish, it's because he hasn't drunk enough coffee. And if Gul is speaking absolute gibberish, it's because he also has not drunk enough coffee.
Or he's drunk.
I'm not sure there's enough coffee in the world to stop me
Right.
speaking gibberish.
But I'm sure you guys don't want to hear us waffle on. So without further ado, I'm going to click the start game button, and we're going to load into the game and win. And we're going to talk about Continuum as we go. So
I'd just like to interject and say that waffling is one of my very few skills, so let's not take that away from me.
you do
Do you have
waffle.
a special waffle iron?
Oh, I really want waffles now. Why have you
He
done this
got the
to me?
limited run mid-little waffle iron.
That'd be so good. I want
It's
one.
like the old, like the Disney pancake shape makers, where you just pour the batter into the middle, but it's for waffles and it's shaped like Bette Midler.
So I'm going to start with the first and most obvious question. I know you've probably answered this a million times, but for those that have never seen the mod before, why Continuum as the name?
Because it goes from the first part of the time continuum in Star Trek through the past. It's a continuum, and eventually we are.
continuous.
Ready to
It
build.
it starts
eventually-
in the ENT era,
We
doesn't
are
it?
Klingons.
Yes. Well, at the moment, there isn't really a huge link between the eras, but we are
Begin
hoping to
construction.
be able to have a separate game mode later,
Beginning
where
construction.
you can, actually do more with that.
Oh, very nice.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
We have a new ship for the fleet. I'm delighted. I shall call it Larry.
Just show me where.
Larry's a good
Excellent.
name.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
We have a new ship for the fleet. Ready to build.
I am building
We have a
mining
new
freighters.
ship for the fleet.
Because I've heard they're important.
I am ready.
Apparently they give you resources.
I've got to be like right on the edge of enemy territory
We
here.
have a new ship for the fleet.
We're all friends here. There's no enemy territory.
That's
I feel-
not...
not exactly true.
We have a new ship for the fleet. Created a new weapon.
I'm feeling quite safe because one of my allies is not too far away from me. Yay!
I'm feeling quite isolated.
So, Nathanius, how long has Continuum now been in development, all the way from the beginning in Homeworld? It's been a long time, hasn't it now?
Quite a long time.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
We were originally another mod until that sort of fell apart.
We have a new
2011.
ship for the fleet.
Wow, that is a long time actually.
It's a day or two.
Yeah.
That way.
If you're counting in
We have
days.
a new ship for the fleet.
And what's changed during that time, kind of, not just from a team perspective, but from a vision perspective?
Well, the vision of the mod as it is now came about.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Jeez, I don't know. 2014.
Okay.
To have it with the different errors, but
Beginning construction.
we haven't really tried to change too much since then. We've just been trying to fill in the gaps.
Which can't really be that easy.
For the fleet.
No, well, for a lot of us, like you guys
We
are
have a new
uniquely
ship for the
positioned
fleet.
to have a lot
Reinforcements are
of
coming.
talented modelers just actively participating.
That's
Whereas
true. We've been
that's-
very fortunate.
That's
have a
not
new
always been
ship
the case
for
for
the
me.
fleet.
I mean, having Dark and Major Stress fairly active on the team has been a very recent occurrence
We
in
have
the
a new
mod's
ship for the
lifetime.
fleet.
Now,
So
Major
it's
Stress, if I'm correct, he's been prominent in Trek modding for a very long time, hasn't he, as well?
Oh
We have a
yes,
new
he's
ship for the fleet.
he's quite, you could say he's venerable
You could, you could.
Awaiting your
in the modding
orders.
community.
More power to the engines.
He was on the original Sins of the Prophet, and
I'm
no,
quite
sorry,
sure he was one of the early developers of Sacrifice of Angels as well.
yes, that's right.
I think he was even in the Empire War community at one point. He might have been doing a Wing Commander mod at that point.
I think he was in Bridge Commander as well. He's really been around.
Has
that in a bad way.
Is having those new assets or new team members to help given you any different ideas for ways you'd like to expand the project, or is it really just trying to now accomplish the things that you would have liked to do before that you may not have been able to?
It's mostly accomplishing things that weren't possible before, but you've got new ideas coming through, and like for example, Dark was interested in helping us with our Cardassians, and he didn't want to stop at fixing what was already there, so we got a whole Cardassian race.
Nice.
Well, it's not whole at now.
Construction.
It's I guess it still requires more work.
Reinforcements
It's
are coming.
coming, which is more than it used to be.
Beginning construction.
We have a new
And
ship for the
I
fleet.
can think of at least one person who's incredibly excited about that.
Just a smidge.
I know Draconis has been talking about it. Oh, sorry, someone else.
And the Cardassians have always been top 2 for me, but the Romulans are always going to edge them out in my heart. They're not green enough, as far as I'm concerned.
Green-blooded monsters.
Well, the thing is, I always see the Romulans as kind of like the original bad guys, really.
Build.
To me,
New
more so than the
battle station is
Klingons.
complete. Let us get to work.
Are there any other races that you'd like to eventually try to tackle,
We have a
or?
new ship for the fleet.
Well, we've got the Gorn in progress. There's, I don't know if you've heard of Ad Molman. He's quite prolific with the Star Trek Armada community. He does some of the
We have a new
best
ship
low
for the
quality,
fleet.
low poly. Some of the best low poly models out there.
And that's, I presume, primarily for Armada 2, I would assume.
Yes,
We have a new
that was
ship for the fleet.
what he's been doing it on.
Is he part of the Fleet Ops group?
No, as far as I can tell, he's not been really part of any organized modding team.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Ah, so you've nabbed him.
He's still doing other stuff in and around the rest of the Gorn ships, but oh, there's a probe.
I'm gonna take a look and see how Mr. Gul Damar is doing over here.
If there's a probe, I
We
guarantee
have a
that
new
is
ship for the fleet.
the
Draconis.
Draconis. Yeah.
Oh,
There is
no.
now no probe.
Not the Draconis.
If it's early probes, it'll be the Draconis. Guaranteed.
I'm having some freighter issues though.
Good. I have no sympathy at this point.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Long may you be stalling in your ambitions, sir.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
I'd like everybody to know that we've got a new ship for the fleet.
I'm playing Klingon 2, and that keeps coming.
It's a thing.
I've been trying to find a way to get the notifications to thin out somewhat,
Ready to build.
but yeah, no such luck.
Get this tug moving.
It's a very difficult thing to do, I think, especially
We
with
have a new ship for the
with
fleet.
notifications of that nature. You can't really stop them, can you?
We have a new ship for the fleet.
So
Unless you're tracking
We
them
are
and
Klingons.
sorry.
I'm noticing there's an option. Obviously, every time you build a ship in each era, you have the choice to permanently enhance their offensive or defensive capabilities. Is there
Increase
any
power
advice
to
on that? Because generally, I was
We
always
have a
clicking
new
offensive
ship for the
because
fleet.
guns. But is there a real choice between those
We
two?
have a
Like,
new ship for the
do you
fleet.
find
Yeah,
that
it's
gives
like
you
a
an edge?
10%. It's a 10% move in either way. So I find that if you have
We do not
things
have
that
enough
are
resources.
maybe scouts or doing something like that, then
I am ready.
oh, hello. Sorry, a little distracted. If you have things that you're wanting to last longer, then the defensive one's good. So like steam runners and the Raptors for the Romulans. Fighters are a good one to put the defensive improvement onto.
Ready to fight.
Yeah.
For the Empire. Increase power
Yeah.
to engines.
Quick spin around on some of my ships here, so no one kill me while I'm doing that.
I think I'd like to have a look at your ships. Let's. You're over here, aren't
We
you?
do not have enough resources.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. What have we got? I can't say any of the names because our opposing team
We
might
have a
just
new ship
get the
for
edge,
fleet.
and I can't allow that.
No.
Lovely.
We have a new ship.
You could say that I'm feeling quite intrepid this game, and there's Norway we're going to lose. Wink, wink.
You're feeling particularly defiant today.
Okay, Gul, don't just give it away.
There's no other chance you're going to lose.
Well, at least I have you here to help me cling on to victory.
Oh, it's so bad. Right, I've just got a quick question about models. Texturing, in fact, more so than models.
Do not have enough resources.
With the Federation, I'm just looking at a couple of the Federation models that I can see of Corey's.
We have created a new
The
weapon.
coloration that comes from, say, I always call them the Buzzard, but I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, and somebody will take the piss. But from the Ramscoops and the nacelles themselves, the blue color and the red coloration, is that actually a light source that's projected onto that ship, or is it something that's textured in?
It's a light source.
Oh, that's really cool. That's something that Sins doesn't do so well, so it's nice to see that there's a mod that is doing it well.
There's a lot of things that Homeworld doesn't do well, but
Destroy them.
that's actually one point that they've done fairly well. It's the lighting in the games, although it can cause a bit of havoc when you're trying to get the ship set up the first time.
Let us serve.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Oh my.
I just completely missed my cue.
No, I'm still sucking at warp jumps.
We seek honor. Increase
Don't
power
warp
to
anywhere.
legend.
We've told you about that.
You honor my house.
None of my miners are mining.
With honor, all roads lead to death. Ready to
Just
fight.
decided they don't fancy it.
And glory.
Send them to your outpost instead.
Yeah, that does sometimes kick them into gear.
Oh, I've noticed that too.
They're throwing what we like to call in the business a wobbly.
Let us get to work.
Don't panic, everyone, but I managed to walk my fleet back to my base eventually.
I wasn't super concerned. I'm happy for you, but
You should be concerned.
Another thing that sometimes helps with the freighters is if you just decide to move them a few inches.
We have a new ship. for the
Occasionally.
fleet. Just show me where. Let us get to work. That way.
If it's trying to move, that's what does it.
Not have enough resources.
What?
Oh,
One of
really?
the things that one of the things that Homeworld doesn't do exceptionally well is movement.
Ready to build.
So I just saw that myself, and I was just playing around with getting it to work. But the best way to make sure that your resource collectors are docking is to make sure your mining freighter is at a complete stop.
It's interesting to note.
So it's the S key to just stop it.
Yeah, there's a little button at the bottom right hand side as well, isn't there? That you can utilise.
We are Klingons.
Oh yes, if you're
It
the
looks like a
visual
man
sort.
saying no.
Yes.
Oh god, what have you found?
Concentrated power, excellent frontline killer, main assault ship. Not very effective against small ships.
You don't need any of those.
I do.
I don't think you should get any.
I think I want all of them.
Look, I'm saying this as a friend.
Bane has found one of my mining colonies, it looks like.
Has Bane found one of your mining colonies? Bane has found one of your mining colonies. Hello, mining colony.
He would have noticed eventually anyways.
Looks like we found one of Bane's mining colonies also.
Yeah.
One of mine
How's that
mining
feel?
colonies? I can't see your probe. I think I'm going to die first. I think this is all going to be ganged up on me, isn't it? This is how it's going to go. But it's alright, because Nathanius and Dark will come to my rescue. I am sure of it.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
We'll do our best.
And so you should.
We've got a new ship for the fleet.
Alright, I might
That's two I've got now.
To be fair, I've got no money.
yet. Ooh, in that case.
I think we're all at that point now that we've got like no funds.
We are Klingons. Bev.
I blame our deleting freighters.
I think it's because I'm being greedy and building like 6 ships at once. That might be the reason.
Gotta pace yourself.
Go pace yourself. We lack the resources. I know we do. There's no need to keep telling me.
Uh-oh.
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 I don't want to sustain heavy damage.
Get out of my... Corey.
What?
Stop destroying my mining facilities.
But I don't want you to have an economy.
Yeah, but I want me to have an economy.
I am ready.
Okay.
To the rescue!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You're not supposed to defend your stuff.
Oh, well, I know.
Let's take a look and see what's going on.
Well, Corey's attacking my mining facilities. And then Corey just ran away like a little bitch.
Wow.
Unsurprisingly, given the amount of ships that just turned up.
Thank you. I mean, not thank you as much as I'd be thanking you if you had actually turned up to support your allies, but...
That's alright. Don't worry, Corey. While you were destroying my mining colony, I was destroying your mining colony. So we're even.
It's not what I see as even.
Oh,
I
those
see that
Griffin
as you
classes.
cheating.
I cheated. How is that cheating? I don't know what you're on about.
I do like your Griffin classes, sir.
My Griffin classes.
Mm.
They're lovely.
Lovely.
New battle station is complete.
Well, we all got out safely. That's all that matters.
You destroying my mine has achieved nothing. You realise this stuff? Nothing.
It was a moral victory.
Beginning construction.
By the way, we're like this all the time. You guys are just having to get used to us. So, in terms of up and coming features, what's your next big sort of
Reinforcements are coming.
concentration
We have a
going to
new
be on?
ship
Is
for
it
the fleet.
obviously filling out? We talked about filling out the Cardassians. Is that your primary at the moment, just to get the Cardassians finished now?
Well, we're still going over models that were automatically converted from the old Homeworld 2 game.
Yeah.
That's actually almost finished. All of the combat ships in the game have had a once-over to fix up like team stripe textures and giving them badges where they should have them, and team colors, and like lights even.
Yeah.
Some of the ships were really dark, but the next thing will be extra races.
Okay. A general question about Homeworld Remastered, actually. One thing that we've kind of noticed in the transition between Homeworld 2 and Homeworld Remastered is Remastered generally seems to be a much darker game. Have you had to take steps to cope with that? Or?
I think it's mostly our maps.
Okay.
We've tried to do semi-realistic maps, but that's not always worked very well.
Not as easy as it might seem, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. I did some changes to the specular values on maps before, like just for the June patch, and it seems to have done nothing. But yeah,
I'm sure given time you'll get it exactly how you want it, though. That's the nature of modding, isn't it?
yeah, it's always a work in progress.
Get to work.
Forever and a day.
Have you got any action on the horizon? Anything fascinating occurring?
On the New Horizons?
We have to see the ships before we do anything about that one. We've got some ideas on the Borg. Doing proper assimilation is going to be interesting, but there's a lot of in-game mechanics for actually showing the assimilation, which could be quite good. We could get some random Borg chunks and scale them to the different ships dynamically, and have them like play a growing sort of animation as the ships become assimilated. So if we can figure out the actual capture mechanic without having a ship latching to another one, then that'll come along quite nicely.
Just never say anything random in Remastered. It's not multiplayer safe at all.
Your orders.
That's true. The random function is pretty bad online. That was the cause of our issues when I did the last game with you guys.
Oh, was it? Okay. But it is in the process. I think
Okay, Draconis, have you won for us yet?
Oh, go on.
Just show me where.
Sorry?
I was just asking Draconis if he's won for us yet. This is unexpected.
I'm just freighter managing right now, trying to get things work.
Ship for the fleet.
Uh-oh, I'm out of units.
Well, you've definitely got at least one ship, so that's...
Well, I'm pretty sure, Corey, you've been the most aggressive so far.
It's cost me dearly.
I don't think it has, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest about this. I think you're talking rubbish.
Ready for combat.
I finally got 2 fighters on the battlefield. I feel confident.
Such lies. I bet he's got an entire armada.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
I feel a little bit distressed that you wouldn't trust what I was saying.
I don't trust anything you're saying.
Oh.
That sounds like panic.
What's happening? There's a Gul Damar in there.
I don't see any red dots.
Where have all the red dots gone? I mean, dirt dots.
Where are me bleeding probes?
We have a new ship for the fleet.
I see a Klingon shipyard.
But can you? Because it's going to cloak in a minute. Now you see me. Now you don't.
It wasn't you.
I know. I'm not playing the Klingons. I'm playing the Rommusans. I'm playing the. I wish I had some credits right now. Corey destroyed it all.
Well, I wish I had some credits right now, but Bane destroyed them all.
Well, it was a good trade.
Maybe.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Nathanius is playing the. I'm not really sure what I want to say right now.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
I'm just sitting here looking at the USS Typhon build off or research option, and now I can't research it because there's a bunch of little Banes over on my resources.
There are a bunch of little Banes over on your resources, and I wonder why the bunch of little Banes are sitting there on your resources.
Give me more power.
Moving while engaging.
I'm really busy right now anyway. I'm trying to build a DEVS because they're big, powerful, and scary.
Let the battle commence.
Nathan, do you need help out there?
Just a bit. Someone's had resources coming in where I haven't.
You should have said David. Why didn't you say it earlier? You could have just yelled to help.
Help!
My walking skills are not what they're cut out to be.
I don't have enough resource units to do the job.
Oh, Draconis is there as well. Oh, this is going to be a very big one.
I definitely don't have enough resources to do that job.
Everybody here!
Oh no!
Oh, this is cool. I don't care if I die.
Ooh, Corvettes. Someone's getting fancy.
Okay, what? Sorry.
Alright, I'm gonna slowly fly over there again.
By the time you get here, you're
Oh, it's over already, I think.
Victory for Outie.
I like that Vela's class, it's beautiful.
You looking at my ships?
Yeah, man.
That's all right. I'll let you off. I can understand why you'd want to look
We
at
have a new
such
ship for the
wonderful
fleet.
Yes.
Will this help out with my whole 4 ships?
You had 4 ships?
Yeah,
Reinforcements are
I
coming.
cannot build anymore.
Oh. This could explain a couple of things.
Sounds legitimate to me, if you ask me. Perfectly legitimate.
You're supposed to be me ace in the hole. What are you playing at?
What? My resources would start working.
We are Klingons.
I think I spent too many of my resources on that raid on Bane.
The failed raid on Bane, that one.
How was I supposed to know it was going to cost that many RU?
So when
Am I
we were
supposed
talking about this counting towards the grudge match, Tony, we're serious about that, right?
Oh no, that was totally a joke.
Oh, look at that Daenerys. That's so pretty.
Huh?
Pretty.
You've got a bloody donkey decks.
I've got a donkey decks. It's so pretty. Do you want to see it? I'll bring it to you.
I don't think you should do that.
A new ship for the
That's right, Chris. In fact, I don't even know where any of your bases are because I've not really bothered scouting.
That's fine. Continue to not know.
I'm relying on my allies to tell me where your bases are. That's what's happening right now.
Oh, incidentally, guys, and by guys, I mean guys who are watching, Cardassians are, of course, in the mod. There's a couple of little things that that Nathanius and Dark wanted to have a look at before I showed them off, but I will be doing in the near future. I'll probably do that as a single-player skirmish, just so I can waffle away at myself and
So, Nathanius, I've not covered it yet, but there is obviously the new invasion mode. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that mode and how it works?
So the invasion mode is from a mod that's now called Homeworld Fulcrum.
Mm-hmm.
Was Homeworld before?
Yes. And it was Cyber, or Eat the Path, depending on which forum you're in, who donated or shared his script with us. So he calls it survival mode in his mod. It's entirely his work, and all credit should go to him. We changed out what ships were being spawned, and that's about it. So I recently got it working for Homeworld Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I had everything set up correctly, but everything was too expensive. So yeah, nothing could start. So I fixed that, and things are running now. I've done a TMP error one as well, which is the only place you'll see the new Gorn ships.
yeah, I see.
So yes, you can have Gorn invaders in TMP, and yeah. So I'm going to be bringing out more invasions as we go along. They're just going to be carbon copies of the TNG one for now, but we'll add more variety and all that. One thing that is going to be interesting is for the Ent era, I'm going to split up the invaders into the individual races. So you can pick just Vulcan invaders, or you can have like coalition of planets if you want everyone showing up.
Right,
We have a
okay.
new ship for the fleet.
Reinforcements are coming. Just so
Yeah.
beware.
So that's only been out for 2 patches, so there might still be some bugs. But yeah, it works pretty well, and it gets quite frantic quite quickly.
I am ready.
That's always it does. What I know that people will be dying to know, but when will, because we get asked this a lot, obviously when we were first working on them, but when will the Dominion be playable?
And now
We have a
They-
new ship for the fleet.
What
Tell
he
those
said.
secrets. Unknown.
Well,
I mean, are there plans to make them playable? I take it is that something that you guys want to do?
We
There
have a
are
new ship
plans,
for the
and we
fleet.
have models from Ad Moment, enough to do a whole race. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just time. It's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. You heard it here first, folks.
We
A
have
matter of
new
time.
ship for the fleet. I am ready.
We have
And
a
why
new
do
ship
you
for the
get?
fleet.
Do you have an active? I should ask. Do you have a big active community now following the mod? And how often do you find you get feedback and comments around the mod?
Excellent. Just so
Well,
beware.
we have
We are Klingons.
We have about 16,000 people who have downloaded the mod on Steam. And people comment on the feed there, and that's often a good first indicator of how a patch has gone. There's 3 or 4 people who come back and check it regularly. Like there's this guy called Rambo2525 who's a bit of an unofficial moderator for the thread there, which is quite helpful. But we don't have our own forum or that sort of thing per se.
Yeah.
Let's see how everybody else is doing in the aftermath.
Rebuilding. Slowly.
We'll first take a look at Corey, see how things are going there.
I'm making some sort of trek across the stars here to this resource field.
Are you star trekking across the universe?
I'd be a little bit concerned about Bane's Talon classes hanging about.
Yeah, that's that will be dealt with in short order here.
Looks like things are going reasonably for all involved. I sadly I can't see how Bane's doing, but I'm sure people will be having watched his video screaming at me, telling me I'm doing a terrible job.
You are doing. That's a lovely fleet. Look at that fleet. The Corey's fleet that's just decided to show up near mine.
Would you like to leave peacefully, or would you like to leave?
I want to
it was a trap. It was a trap.
My entire Romulan fleet on you and destroy you, as per every Romulan tactic.
Run, Corey, back to the bulwark.
It's going to be a Videra Dead class. I have faith in the Federation. Plot armor.
Do you have faith of the heart?
It looks like we have. Oh, it looks like Dark is also attacking in your home system. Or your home area, maybe I should say.
In my home world?
Yes, that's the one. Oh, Bane is lagging, which means I might just win by default.
My strategy worked.
Lagging, am I?
Apparently.
For the graphics. It's a little bit laggy.
There we go, that seems to have resolved.
Oh no, it's frozen again. Oh, there we go. No, it's back.
I was relying on my 4 turrets to actually kill. Hey, we're Federation friends. You can't do this to me.
He can do it to you. He is doing it to you.
Can't.
It seems to be happening, I'm afraid.
It's morally wrong for him to do it to me, is what I'm trying to get at.
Morality? We had the right.
Oh.
Well, the Videra Dex is now in a deep state of Kelnoreem.
That was just such a poor joke that I don't even know where to hand my head in shame. You know, for every Deredex, every Deredex you destroy, I just built 2 more.
We prefer to refer to them in the business as the donkey dexes.
What do you mean his fleet's doing it? His fleet's dying.
He's doing well. He's I'm feeling it, man.
Are you trying to give him false hope?
A little bit. I feel bad, man. I'm not contributing anything to his defense. I'd like to be the first to apologize.
Let's take out that Kira, and then we'll focus on the Intrepid.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Ah, the Intrepid. Do you feel that you can survive this
battle?
Why so?
Yeah. Oh well.
Whatever gave you that idea?
How's it looking, Corey?
All right, this would be the perfect time for you two to strike.
What? Oh, it looks like Nathanius is coming in for the party as well.
There's not really a party.
Not for you.
It's like my living room's already wrecked, and then some guy shows up at 3 a.m. to just stomp on the couch.
I'm afraid so. My lack of resources might make this a little bit challenging.
Awaiting your orders.
And you know starships.
And my lack of starships, yes. That's also...
I have an alternate possibility for you guys. Wow.
What happened, Corey? Have you become our enemy?
I considered other options.
Fascinating. And what kind of options are they?
Nothing, dear.
They seem very interesting.
Have you actually changed sides, Corey?
Beginning
No.
construction.
None of you accepted. I mean, I'd never do that.
Reinforcements are coming.
I ain't even mad.
What is it now? We have a new ship for
Corey,
Gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
We have a new ship for
As long as I have a shipyard, there's hope.
That's the spirit, Corey.
Shipyards, you say?
He can fix that.
Oh, you're gonna fix my shipyards for me? Thanks. They're a little damaged from the crossfire. Your ships don't appear to be repairing my shipyards. So
Yeah.
if you could get on that. I don't know if you're aware of it or not. But...
I know. That's, where is it? Passive.
Corey, I'm really, really sorry, but I'm afraid we can't allow you to lose any of our mining as you run within territory. So I'm going to have to destroy your bottom mining fleet as well.
This was agreed upon as a demilitarized zone under the Treaty of 2017, in that my military has been removed from the zone.
Fire weapons.
So Corey's enjoying the mod.
With much protests.
So
enjoying the mod with protest, yes.
No.
Do you ever think you'll see a time where you will have the Borg as a playable faction?
Oh.
We have some plans.
Some plans.
We don't know how feasible those plans are, so like the capture mechanic in Homeworld is you go and latch onto a ship and then it begins the capture process. There is no remote capture. You can script in some stuff where it'll transfer ownership of a ship, of course, but the Borg, well, just try and picture a Borg cube latching onto a Defiant class.
Yeah.
That's the problem we have with implementing the Borg at the moment. So once we've figured out how we're going to do the capture mechanic, then we'll be able to implement the Borg in full. We may do a assimilation-free Borg. It's like, oh, they're already perfect. They don't want your shit. That's why they're coming to destroy you. That's another option, but it's Plan B.
I think that'd be interesting, really, because the Borg are obviously quite powerful, and we know in War 359 they kind of just destroyed most of the ships.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
So I suppose that would work, wouldn't it, in some ways?
Yes. We're looking at being able to dynamically scale the hit points of the Borg ships as well, depending on how many allies they have. So you can count the amount of players, and I think you can count teams. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you've got 3 players against 1 Borg player, you should be able to put a multiplier on that to mean that they'll need to take 3 times as much damage to kill a ship, which would enforce cooperation, which I believe is what STA3 was doing with the Borg, or its predecessor.
Yeah, similar.
Well, I can now see the entire map, so the joke was on you guys.
We have a spy.
And would you say it's relatively likely that our death is impending?
There's a lot of things I would say to people who helped me defend my territory.
How would it?
I brought my ships over. I brought my ships over, and you changed sides, so some of your miners may have died as a result of a random crossfire.
Currently,
He didn't actually change sides.
We all rejected him changing sides.
He just left the alliance. Oh, bless.
Playing a little bit of a resource management game right now.
You mean constantly pressing stop on your freighters?
Yeah, they keep getting stuck under the freighter wings, and I have to destroy them and build new ones all the time. So
I just hammer stop a few times, and that tends to help out.
I don't know.
I think I know what's going on with that. I updated the minimum path for ships to find a path around just for this last patch, and it looks like the freighters are trying to avoid the miners more than they should, which is introducing a little bit of jitter and making the paths a little bit annoying.
So that's not a dog path.
No, that should be... That's my fault. Sorry.
Reinforcements are coming.
I forgive you.
I'll fix it. I fix it, I swear.
So, has anyone found either Draconis' or Gul's base?
No,
I have.
Where is it?
It's
Don't stay in deep space.
Outer space.
Thank you, Doc.
No problem at all.
I'm glad you're here to help.
Well, I am always here to help.
It's very reassuring.
Out of interest, guys, a lot of the models that you get, are they custom designs by yourselves, or are they inspired by pre-existing designs? I mean, there are some canon designs, of course, like say the Negvar, but the Tokvar class, for example, I haven't seen a design of that variety before.
Katokvar is it's a new design by Herbie Guitar or Charvel, depending on the forum you're in. He did that from scratch as a sort of like a contemporary to the Prometheus.
Okay.
Imagining where the next stage of the Vorcha would go.
Vorcha, yeah. I was going to say there are certain design elements, similarities. It's quite an interesting one, I must admit. That there are incidental design similarities with earlier vessels as well, aren't there? Right.
He put a lot of thought into it.
Oh, I do like it. It's got like part of its profile is very kind of I suppose you'd call it similar, or at least it alludes to a Katinga, particularly at the back end.
I think the bridge module is quite similar as well.
I think the bridge module is quite similar to a Vorcha.
Doesn't it have that rounded dome on it?
No, it doesn't. No, least not that I can see. Hang on.
Well, then ignore me. It's too early.
Let me zoom her in. Oh, it does at the back. You're quite right. It does have the rounded dome at the back, but then 4 of it, it's got a similar kind of like, I suppose, a similar profile to the bridge of the Vulture, kind of like the long flat. Long flat. I'm very good at describing things.
I just saw a whole bunch of explosions.
I am ready.
Where is the explosions?
It was somewhere that I misfired a probe.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna observe the game.
It's so down to just go.
Well, shit. I've got faith in me.
Wait, did I miss an invasion of Draconis? Oh.
No?
No, I think Draconis has given up.
Hmm. Is there a way to do just the player colors instead of the yourself, team, enemy?
There's yellow for ally, green for yourself, and yellow and red for enemy.
Yeah, is there a way to change that into showing like the player's chosen color from the menu, or is it just limited to that paradigm?
I don't think that the team color is really stored anywhere that we can access for that. Like they're hard coded, those 3 colors.
Yeah, so I just meant as like a game option in the game natively to change showing like that. So
I understand. It's just thinking on it.
Oh no! It seems that my resource collectors are blinking out of existence.
It would make it a lot easier to observe after losing if I could see when, instead of red ships jumping at other red ships, if it were red ships jumping at yellow ships.
Is there any way I can ping my base so we can have a fight?
Well, if you just give us a clue, as you know, you're high, low, in the middle.
You may have noticed that there's a there's numbers on the pie.
Yeah, he's straight along the 0 degree line.
Yeah, I'm right at 0 degrees, probably about halfway up with regards to map height. Right next to a resource field.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me!
You had a probe there earlier, but I destroyed it before you noticed.
Yeah, Nathan was pretty much directly between Draconis and Gul. I thought for sure we'd be able to do something with that, but
you tried.
And we failed.
I was assisted by my. Hey, I see.
Yeah, hear that, guys? He was assisted.
I want to join the party. I want to join the party.
All right, I'll hold my ships off. I'll hold my ships off.
Don't touch my scouts. Oh, you don't see.
That's not the right place, Bane. You leave my resource stuff alone. They're innocents.
Oh, you have a pretty big fleet there.
Yeah. Let's rock and roll. Warp them in, baby.
Did you build the inhibitor? Yeah. Yes, you did.
All right, warp them close, baby.
Where are those ships? Oh, there they are. No, that's Bane's fleet.
Ooh, the light sources look good on Klingon ships. That beautiful red.
Well.
Ah, there you are.
Are any of those naughty men going to come and visit?
I may visit. I just have to navigate the traffic.
Gul, don't let them visit. They're very impolite guests.
Well, at this point, I just want to see a light show.
We have a new
and I know they're good for it. I watched your base die. Let's go.
Strike swift and sure.
Can we get some Romulans in here? Thank you.
Ship for the fleet. Destroy
decloaking high.
Does anyone need resources?
Yes, please.
No.
Can I have a shipyard along with the resources?
I think no.
Then no deal.
Oh, that's a fleet.
Which one?
All of them.
Disabling the Negvar.
Don't disable my squats. I'm trying
It's
to
out.
kill Romulans here, Klingon friend. How do I
That
leave
doesn't
the
work
alliance
on
with
them.
myself? That worked out well for Corey.
I'm not saying it was the best strategy, but I worked with what I had.
I think I
Do
have
you
a-
want to kill the Klingons?
Did you hear that, Nathanius?
I'm on your side.
He's a good kid on those.
You're like the House of Targ.
Oh, he called you a Targ.
I'm upset because that's called the Nerexian class. Hey, look, the Federation have turned up. I think you should betray each other and let me watch you kill each other.
That'll be a very short battle on my side.
I think Dark will win with his 3 galaxy classes.
I think it should happen. I certainly think it should happen.
I certainly think we should just kill you. That's what I'm thinking. That sounds like a good start.
I think that's cowardice of the highest proportions.
I think your cowardice is the highest proportions.
Good comeback.
What?
Why is all
look
these
at
still...
that.
Are you still cloaked?
Oh wow, did a bunch of your fighters just get destroyed?
Well, yep.
There's blast damage from the
Oh, that is
ships.
rough. Bring your Derek decks closer to my heavy shipyard.
It's just a little bombardment at the moment.
I do like all the effects though in this mod.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's very pretty. Ha!
Beautiful.
No,
No,
the
it's
alliance
not
is
beautiful.
fallen.
Another grudge match. What?
No.
Let's see how we did. Yeah, I definitely struggled for resources there, sadly. I didn't realise I
don't
was
think-
struggling, but clearly I was.
I'm pretty sure I didn't struggle for resources there.
No, you had a good time there.
I'd
Clearly.
Rolling and dough.
Clearly, me
Apparent-
playing this mod quite a bit has helped.
I think it may have.
Yes, you've doubled everyone on resources, and except for Lynn, you've got a pretty damn good combat total.
I feel a little
But I
bit
got
sorry for
16% of
Draconis
my
in this
research,
respect. Because
so,
if we take a look at, if you go to resource and see how many harvesters that Rick built, he was desperate for resource and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Oh, bless you.
I just gave up. I was like, I don't want to play resource. I'd rather just observe the game.
I think
that
the
point.
truth is though, if Draconis had played, we would have had a lot more trouble with our...
Well, I'm sure we'll play more games in the future as the mod continues to develop. Now, as to the audience, if you guys have got any questions that you want to ask the mod developers, stick it in the comments of any of the 3 videos that you can see, and I'm sure you'll pop on at some point, won't you guys, and have a go at answering the questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll be including a link to. Do you have is it Steam forums that you primarily operate through now, or?
If you put a link to the workshop page for the for the mod, then that's the best way to get people to get onto it.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
We're not going to do anything for GOG for the foreseeable future because of the rapid pace of development for the mod. When that's calmed down, then we'll do another upload. But we wanted to keep everyone on the same version for the moment.
Okay, guys. Well, I think that's about all we've got time for today, isn't it? So, thanks so much for joining us and sharing this glorious victory for the Cardassian Union. I like to think I won that morally because I didn't play as the Cardassians.
Because you didn't play Cardassian, that's it.
I mean, the Cardassians are the only ones who didn't lose any ships in that,
Exactly,
so really they did win.
All the rest of the Alpha Quadrant powers. Perhaps, Nathanius, once you have got the Cardassians working again, we can do a rematch, and we'll have you guys back, and we can do another game.
I'd love that.
That'd be fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Dark, my worthwhile ally, as well as Nathanius.
You're always welcome.
Your support was greatly appreciated.
Thanks to my quitters.
I died as a hero. Thank you.
Corey, hero of the Federation. But Corey lives up to his channel name once again. Corey loses. So I think that's about all we've got time for now in this recording. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, this is Gul, Bane, Corey, Draconis, Nathanius, and Dark Sentinel signing out.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 And goodbye.